Hey babes, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. My name's Tyla. So I'm gonna be showing you guys my tips and tricks today for how I create a cohesive Instagram feed. So usually I'm like either or, like either I want my feed to be cohesive and put together, or I'm just like I don't give a fuck, because sometimes it's hard, like especially for me, I do modeling, so when I do photo shoots I can't edit the photographer's pictures. So if I have a cohesive feed and then I do a shoot and I'm posting it, then it's like throws off the whole feed. But at the same time, I like aesthetics, so I like personally a cohesive Instagram feed. So I basically, the other day, I was so proud of myself because I created a color palette for my feed so that now when I take my pictures, it's easier for me to make it cohesive, because it can be tricky. And since it's fall, I kind of wanted more of a warmer tone feed, something that has a lot of like yellows and oranges and browns, stuff like that. So I'm just going to show you guys how I basically accomplished that and give you tips for however you want your feed to be. You may want more of a cool tone feed. You may want more of like a dark, like black or whatever, but I'm just going to show you guys basically how I did mine. So let's get into it. So the first thing that I want to say, Lightroom is going to be like your best friend. So if you don't already have Lightroom or use it, you definitely need to download it. I have a video, I forgot what that video was. Oh yeah, it was how I edit my Instagram pictures. So in that video, I showed you guys how to use Lightroom. So if you don't even know how to use it, go and check that video out, because I don't want to make this video super long. So I'm not going to really explain it here. I'll leave that one in the description though. It's really easy. Honestly, it's not that hard to use it. So I'm going to do a screen recording so that you guys can see everything that I'm doing. So let me just move to the side a little bit and I'll just put it here. But yeah, first I'm going to show you guys my feed for my Instagram. All right, so you guys will be seeing it here. But yeah, this is how my feed looks so far. You guys could see it from the thumbnail too, because I'm going to have it in the thumbnail. But my feed basically incorporates a lot of blue because I like to take my pictures outside. It incorporates a lot of browns, black, because I do some pictures outside like during the night too. A little bit of white and green also. I have a lot of greenery. So also tan. I don't think I said that yet. So yeah, that's basically all the colors that my feed includes. So what I did, I'm going to show you guys now my palette that I made. And I made this palette through, what app was that? It's a photo collage app. So what I basically did, so if you look at my feed, for example, I have, all the different colors that I told you guys. The pictures that are outside with the sky and everything, I use that as blue. So I'm going to show you guys my color palette. I'm going to pop that up on the screen. So like I said, I have browns, gray, tan, black, green, white. So I created kind of like a pattern. So it goes brown, gray, brown, green, black, green, tan, blue, white, and then it starts over. So basically that's how I base my pictures off of. So say today I take a picture outside, then that will be like for the greenery or the blue. And then say the next day I take a picture inside, or even too, I like to use filler pictures. So filler pictures are basically pictures that you use that aren't like a picture of you, like say like a cup of coffee or like a quote or something like that. Those pictures don't necessarily get a lot of engagement, but thankfully with the reels now, and you can make a cover photo, I basically, when I want to post a filler photo, I'll basically make a reel so I can use that filler photo as the cover for the reel, so that way I can still get a lot of engagement, but I can also make my feed look cohesive. So that's basically what I do for that. And so, okay, say that you want like a cool tone feed. Your feed is basically mostly going to be like whites, grays, or let's see, what else could go for cool tone? Light blues, basically just really light colors. You're going to go to Google, you're going to find a picture of a white background, literally just squared, or a gray background, light gray background, you're going to make it squared, or a, what else? Like a light blue background, you're going to make it square, and then you're going to go into the collage app and you're going to basically put all the photos together in one collage. But You have to decide whether you want it to be like 3 colors, then the other 3 colors, then the other 3 colors, and start over. Or if you want it to be this color, then this color, then this color, then start over, that color, that. Like, you basically create your own pattern. I have a picture, it's in my phone, so I'm gonna pop that up too, so you can see the different types of patterns. I don't always follow the pattern. I keep it just as a guide. But once you have, like, you just want to mix it up. So you don't want to put brown, 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 or I don't know, brown, 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 black, white, blue, green. Like, you want to kind of make it flow a little bit, unless you're going to do it a strict pattern like that. So that's another tip that I have. But I want to show you guys how I get the tones, because you can use a filter, but sometimes the filters, it'll either be too much or it won't look good with every picture. You still have to edit it even with using a filter. So I'm going to show you guys how I get this brown kind of like toned feed or whatever, and how I edit my pictures to get it. So for me, I'm going to start with this one. So this goes for more of my like tan kind of like theme. As you can see, this was taken in my room. My wall's yellow. It's not really, you know, I'm gonna repaint it, but yeah. So I didn't really want a yellow wall in my feed because it doesn't really match anything. So I wanted to make it a little bit more tan, kind of brownish. So you basically just go into the color. So I'm gonna pop that up. So what I love about Lightroom is that, and this isn't sponsored by the way, what I love about Lightroom, you can go to each individual color and edit it specifically. So I specifically don't want yellow, so I'm gonna go to mix, go to yellow, and I'm gonna take that saturation down. So there's also yellow in my skin, so it takes a little bit of the yellow out of my skin. So what I usually do is I'll just go to the orange and I'll saturate that a little bit just to add the color back into my skin. And then let's see the rest of that. I also put, for the hue, I put it back because that makes it more brown. So as you can see there, I'll put that up a little bit. I just play with it a little bit. The luminance, that makes it light or dark. You decide that as well. Put that more back so it gives it more brown. And this is about how I have it on my Instagram, so I'm gonna leave that there. I don't like to edit it too much because I don't want it to be too saturated or, you know, just look weird. So for this picture, that's all I'm gonna do. The light, you can edit the light, the exposure, contrast, highlights, shadows, whites, blacks. So sometimes I'll usually take the blacks and I'll put that down because I want the black to pop in the pictures. So I'll do that. Sorry if you guys hear anything in the background. The contrast, sometimes I'll put that up, but I kind of usually leave that a little bit because, you know, too much of a contrast makes it look kind of like weird, like it's too saturated and just doesn't look good. You want it to still look natural. So yeah, we'll say, like, I'll leave it right there. Now, okay, say for this, for example, right? You can create presets, and a preset is basically taking all the edits that I did in this and placing it onto a new photo so that you can already have your edits pre-saved, which is the dope part. And I really just love that this app is free because, like, you can do so much. So we'll say, for example, that photo. Let's say if I take that photo and I take a new photo and I add those edits onto that photo. So let's do, now I'm gonna do one when I was outside so you guys can see that one. Outside during the day. So what you do is you'll go to the top, click the 3 dots, copy, and you'll paste that onto the other photo. Now, as you can see, this one looks nice, perfectly fine. But with the greens, since it's fall, I kind of want the greens to have more of a yellow tone. I don't want it to be so green. So I basically go to the green and I'll just put the hue back, because then it makes it look a little more yellow and it gives it more of that fall look. So, and then I'll saturate it a little bit, blah, blah, blah. The blue, I leave the blues. The blues is fine. Sometimes I'll take it back a little bit, but yeah, that's honestly perfectly fine. And the warmth, you can put the warmth up a little bit. yellow's already back. And that's basically how I do that. So yeah, I also, one other tip that I want to say is to use Pinterest, because Pinterest, that's where I get all my inspo from. And a lot of other influencers that I follow and stuff, they also either are on Pinterest and I can still follow them there, or they also use Pinterest for their inspo. And it has so many things. Like, I basically looked up different feeds that I was inspired by, like warm tone feeds. So say that you do want a cool tone feed, you can go on Pinterest and literally type cool tone feed on Instagram. It'll show you a bunch of different like girls. I'm gonna show you guys that too on the screen, of course, so you guys can get kind of like an idea. You just want to decide what you want your feed to look like first, and then once you decide that, look at the pictures and kind of point out what main colors are in the pictures. Like if you go on, like I said, it's usually whites, light grays, light blues, or basically like that because it's more cool tone. So you're basically, that's how you're going to create your color palette. Just look at the pictures, figure out what's the main colors in each picture. Just like when I go on my Instagram, the colors that stick out the most to me: greens, blues, browns, and what other colors? Tan, white sometime, or gray. So that's basically how I made my color palette. But yeah, it's honestly really easy once you get the hang of it. It's not hard to make a cohesive feed, but you also want to make sure that you kind of stick to your aesthetic. So if you're gonna have, like, say for me, I do lifestyle and fashion, mostly beauty too, but not as much, mostly lifestyle and fashion. So that's basically what my feed is about. So I kind of incorporate that into my feed. So I'll have my fashion pictures, but I'll also incorporate like quotes or things like that, self-help things that, you know, just help people become the best version of themselves. So I pretty much include that all into my feed. So you kind of just want to determine like what your niche is. So say you're just strictly beauty, make sure that you take shots that kind of make sense so it will look aesthetic. Like if you want to do beauty shots in the bathroom, or if you have like a nice wall, or if you want to do kind of like outside pictures, you basically just want to stick to something so that it can all just flow together. I have a whole board on Pinterest for Instagram. That's what it's called. It's called For Instagram. So I find inspo pictures on there. So like if I want to do or add some filler pictures, I'll just kind of like find pictures on there, like of quotes or like random things, like for example, these curtains in my room, they're pretty cute to me. Like they look like a nice aesthetic. Like when you look at it, it just gives like, I don't know, dreamy like day vibes. So like I like to add stuff like that in my feed. So like I'll find pictures of stuff like that, random stuff, or pictures, like I said, of like a glass of wine or like coffee or books, magazines. Like that stuff is like really cute, especially if you're a lifestyle influencer. That works for filler like posts. That's what I was saying, like figure out what your niche is, because depending on your niche, you're gonna have different filler pics. So like if you are a beauty influencer, you're gonna maybe have like your filler pics will be like a lip gloss like on a table, or like a mascara, or like, you know, makeup basically, but in a nice, cute, and aesthetic way. So say also like, I don't know, oils, because that goes into beauty, like skincare, hair care, all that good stuff. Maybe you want to take like a nice picture at the beach, like you have like a cute oil, you know, on a nice sunny day, and you kind of like just put it on your skin and get that nice glow shot, you know, just cute stuff like that. It really adds. And I feel like people that come across your feed, they're gonna be more prone to follow it because it actually looks good, you know what I mean? So you want to make sure your content is good as well. Like you're taking clear pictures, you're taking nice pictures, you're taking the time to find locations, you're taking the time to, like I said, plan out the whole color for your feed and everything like that, because that all goes into having an aesthetic feed. You basically just want to make it look good. So when people come on, they're like, oh, this is so nice, and I want to follow her because I love her feed. So that's basically it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment down below. Like I said, you want to download a Lightroom and what was the other one? Lightroom and Pinterest if you don't already use either of them. Also too, to create the color palette, any like photo collage app will work. You can basically use Pinterest for anything. You can get your filler pictures from there, or you can just take them on your own, really. You don't have to use the ones on there, but yeah, that's just what I do because there's so many. And like I said, if you're worried about the engagement, because people don't want to like a picture of a curtain, like it's not going to get that many likes. Just use it as a cover for a reel or something, because it will make your engagement go down if you add filler pictures. But it's a nice aesthetic. So sorry guys, my space. But like I was saying, I'm gonna make a video on the updates for Instagram, because Instagram's now paying creators for reels, and they're also adding ads for IGTVs, and also giving you like bonus and badges when you go live, so that you can make money going live too. It is really lit. But yeah, I'm gonna do a whole video on that. That's a separate topic. And like I said, if you guys have any questions at all and you're confused, because I know that was a lot of information to put in one video, please don't hesitate to ask me in the comments, because I'll answer to you. I respond very quick. So yeah, but yeah, I hope you guys get a great feed, and that you guys have much luck and success on your journeys, growing your Instas and stuff. I have a video for working with brands if you want to see that. I think I have a video how to grow on Instagram. Honestly, the biggest way to grow right now is reels, because I've been posting a lot of reels lately and my followers have been going up. So yeah, but give this video a thumbs up if it helped at all. Share with somebody that might need help with this. Subscribe if you're not already, because I see in my analytics a lot of people that watch aren't subscribed. What are you waiting for, guys? You're missing all the tips. Like, just subscribe. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time.